To my village, as you can see, that is actually my house. What I'm opening here, this is a house, this is my cottage that I built it some years back when my father was still alive. And as our culture says, that every man who has come of age, he's supposed to build his own house to show that he's actually beginning his own life. So you can see the house is made of clay and cow dung. That is a mixture of special clay and cow dung that makes those walls. And you can see, and this is why I came home, because my mom had sent a report that there are some people who came and stole some things in my house. And that's why I came, just to see what exactly is happening. And this is the inside part of the house. I had actually, tried to do some wiring because I wanted to put electricity. And when I was actually in the course of doing that, some of the government officials came and they told us that that house cannot actually be placed electricity. I did not understand why, for the reasons best known to them. Maybe they needed some bribe. And these are some of the plants that my son had just planted. That is a banana, you can see there, and some yams that were planted just next to the house. And this is the compound side. You can see all these eucalyptus trees growing, because these trees are actually a treasure in my village. Almost every homestead must have those eucalyptus trees, because one, they help in construction, and two, they are actually some people who are doing it for commercial purposes. They will plant that, and the power plants will come for those trees, and they will pay you handsomely for those trees, because they use them for electrical posts and all that. So this road, it's actually heading all the way down to the river. Those are the areas that we use to actually fetch water, and a lot of homesteads here are depending on the river waters. As apart from a few homestages that they were able to dig some wells whereby they can get water. But most of the people here are still depending on the river water, and it's quite challenging, because you find people go all the way, and it's hilly. You go all the way, and come back with water. And this is actually the road also that leads to my elder brother's homestead. This is where my elder brother's homestead actually is. And as our elder brother's culture says, that when you've grown and you are the firstborn of the home, what you do is that you leave your father's compound and you build your own homestead. And this is where my elder brother, actually built his homestead. And his son also constructed his own house just next to his father's house. And the house you see here, that one belongs to my brother's son, that house there. But it's quite unfortunate that he is no longer with us. You can see that house there, the one grayish, that one belongs to my nephew. That is my elder brother's son. He passed away. He was a driver, got an accident, and you can see that is where he was buried. This is where he was buried. It has been, I think it's about now 5 years since he actually passed away. He left his wife and 2 kids, and then they're the ones actually who are taking care of this homestead. But the wife now, I understand she went to the city to work because of work, and the son is out. And that is my brother's house, the one you see in brown. But the one I'm pointing, this is my nephew's house. That is my elder brother's son. That is where he constructed. And you can see this house, the way it is. You can see this is actually a mixture of cow dung and some special clay, whereby most of the time mothers know where to get this clay, because a lot of work that is done when smearing the house, this is mostly done by women. But to build a structure, mostly the structure is done by men. But doing the cow dung, doing the smearing, that one it's done by women. And you can see opposite, just there, was my elder brother's house. Sorry. And you can see he's planted a few of plantains around there, because these are crops that actually help people during times of hunger. It is like food storage, but now in plants form. These are plants that can actually withstand a lot of drought, and they will be able also to produce. Their roots are very delicious food. And I just took a stroll to check and see my elder brother's land, how it is, and how it's being taken care of, because with him, he's actually elderly right now, and he happened to be blind. He cannot see, and he lost his only son, and the wife that was there decided to go to the city to vent for the children, because since life became very difficult for them, so she decided to find some casual work outside, so that the children can go to school and all that. And these are some of the hardships a lot of people go through here. At times you may need to help everyone, but because of the scarcity of the resources, you find that you are limited to help people. So those are the challenges we do have. So this is his land, and it seems like it had stayed long before it is cultivated. I used to like these plants. They are called mimosas, that when you touch them, you find the leaves are shrinking, which is quite a bit of a life lesson. Quite a bit of a life lesson. And I remember my dad used to tell us that you do not have to react in everything. Learn from this plant, that everything that comes your way, at times you need just to avoid. You don't have to react, or maybe, react to everything that comes your way. There are some things you'll react to, and there are some things also you just stay away to avoid trouble. And then this is actually the border between my brother's land and my uncle's land. My uncle also passed away long time. We didn't actually see him. In fact, he passed away before even we were born. And where this until is, that is where actually it is believed that is where his grave was, and that is where he was buried. And it is actually very sad for us sometimes when we hear the stories of what actually happened. Yes.
Wild and free, basic getting sprung. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun. Getting sprung. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day, laughing, having fun. Summer love, you have no idea what you did to me. Summer love, didn't care that we weren't meant to be. You were mine, I was yours. Take me back once more. Summer love, where did you go? Summer love, you have no idea what you did to me. Summer love, didn't care that we weren't meant to be. You were mine, I was yours. Take me back once more. Summer love, sweet joy, where did you
Sometimes when you look at things, you end up actually missing your own parents. Because I remember this land, all the vast land. When my dad was still alive, we used to cultivate this land. This land was always being cultivated. And it was full of crops. And I remember we had enough food to an extent that we could even help the neighborhood. You know, we could even help the neighborhood. My father was a visionary man. He was a man who was actually, you know, cautious of things, and he was a very hardworking person. You know, like these plants, we used to play with them seriously. These are the plants that we call winyala matai. It's a plant that we believe that when you know, cut it, it actually bleeds. It bleeds. And it had a lot of symbols among especially people of our clan. And that is why it is fully actually preserved up to this time. And it's a plant that grows, you know, naturally. Like if you stay for some time without cultivating your land, what happens is that you will start seeing these trees coming up. Like now you can see here, they are coming up because this place is becoming, it has never been cultivated for quite some time. So it's coming up, and then all of a sudden you just see, boom, a forest of everything and all that. So this is a land where I remember the first wife to my father. This is where he used to actually plant, and you can see that is the tree now. You can see it's like that is the sap that it produces, and that is why it's called munyala matai. It's a bleeding tree. That is how it actually looks like, you know. And this area, that is where my mother used to actually cultivate this area. That is the first wife to my father. He used actually to cultivate this area, but now it is vast. It is actually a sign that we are really missing her, because the land is no longer actually cultivated, and it is actually sad, and it brings a lot of memories to me. I used to come all this way, and I would see her, you know. All this place was full of crops, you know, full of crops, but right now there's no one to cultivate this place, and it is so sad at times, very, very sad at times, and I feel like her spirit is always here. Now, this is a place that brings a lot of memories to me. We used to dig this area, and we will plant groundnuts with my mom and my dad, and at times we'll even, you know, burn charcoal here. So this is actually a place that brings a lot of memories to me, and you can see the place is still very green. But since my mom is no longer there, my elder mom and my father, nobody is actually cultivating this place. It brings a lot of memories to me, because I remember when she was alive, we would actually spend a lot of time in cultivating the land. We will spend a lot of time cultivating the land, and in fact almost the entire day we will always be just here in the field, you know, cultivating. They will bring food to us just right in the land, and we will continue working, because, you know, that is how she was. And we at times we never knew what she was up to, but until today, now we understand that she was teaching us responsibility, and especially as men, she knew that she was raising men, and men ought to be actually responsible, and that is what she used to do to us. You see, all this land, but now it's a sign that she's no longer here, and that's why you see the land is just bushy. The land is just bushy, and we have nothing else to say. Since now we are grown up, most of us are outside in the city. Each one of us is trying to provide for their own families. But this is a land that used to unite us, that we will meet here as brothers and sisters, and realize that we are a people of one person, and we will actually take care of each other and all that. That was actually great. And there is one thing about nature. At times when you stay around the nature, you see how everything is actually synchronized back to Mother Earth. You see everything goes back, and how everything is actually, works back towards Mother Earth. And this is a very good sign of what life patterns are all about. What life patterns are all about. And when we are actually living, we realize that it is our responsibility to ensure that we take care of our environment, knowing that we are part and parcel of this environment. No, we are part and parcel of this environment. And one thing that really shocked me, the biggest shock of my life, and that is when I ended up realizing that climate change is real. Climate change is real. The river that used to be so huge that no one could cross, you could not cross on the other side. I was shocked to see what I saw. I was shocked to see what I saw. Just follow me, and I will show you what exactly is happening. It is our culture that where your land reaches, that is where they will plant euphorbia, to show you that this is a border between the other person and you. So this was my late uncle's land, all the way to the river, and he was being bordered by other people too, who are also our relatives, our cousins, were bordered on the other side. So that's why the elders had to plant that euphorbia there, to show that the demarcation, the separation between the other person's land and the other. And this is where we used to come those days. We would come here and take a shower from the river. At times you walk through the river and you see this huge snake, going into the waters, but we were not scared. We will still go and, shower in the river. And I asked my son if they still do so, and he told me even her grandmother will not allow her to come there. My mom, that is, because my mother is still alive. My mother is still alive. She was the second wife to my father. She's still alive, though she's elderly now. She's 72 years old now. Okay, so this was your way to the river, okay, and then you drop down there, man. And now the shocking thing is that I was shocked to see that the waters are normal. The waters are normal, because by the time you're dropping, like you are going down, you could feel the waters, moving. But now everything is just silent. And what shocked me is that even people are cultivating just right inside the river, and during my time, you could not even reach where I have just started, where I'm standing. You could not reach all this area. It was water. All these areas were water. You could not actually reach there. But now look, it's a shock. People are planting maize. The waters were all the way, all the way up to here. And right now, there's no water. There's no water.
the days we were young, wild and free, basic getting sprung. We used to dance the night away, hang out the whole next day,